Welcome to tonight's 5 on 5. The guest is Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Dow, here, Recruiting and Retention Commander of the Oregon Army National Guard. Thank you so much for joining me.
Joe, thanks for the opportunity.
Tell us a little about the Oregon Army National Guard. I know you understand recruiting, very important, so tell us a little about that.
You know, I've been in this job for about a year. Before that, I was in an engineer battalion that we deployed to Afghanistan. Come back, and my units, again, as we come back, there's always a transition time. Many of the units in the Army National Guard have been deployed over the last 11 years as we assist the active duty forces as we fight the wars and the different battles. Oregon is one of the highest deployed units. Again, we have a lot of opportunities, and we're just making a swing through the southern part of the state as we get those benefits out and show these kids, really 17 to 35-year-olds, what benefits could be part of their life if they join the Army National Guard.
And some of the things that you're talking with these young students, young people about is some of the things that they will have to do. What are some of the things, besides deployment, that the the Oregon Army National Guard are part of? You
know, the National Guard, we have branded ourselves as the hometown heroes. When you think about the National Guard, many people have seen those pictures of us as we respond to floods and fires and natural disasters, hurricanes, recently Sandy on the East Coast. Guardsmen, Army and Air, were both on the scene as first responders for that, providing not only soldiers in the water to pull people out of buildings and really do recovery and security. We had air traffic controllers on the ground and really public affairs folks, really a wide range and spectrum of guardsmen on the ground supporting our national structure and our citizens and our communities.
How does the service term work for someone who's looking to join?
You know, joining the Army National Guard, pretty simple. You come down, you talk to one of our recruiters, and they're 8-year contracts, and I know that sounds scary for most people, but most of the time it's broken up in a little bit different chunks. Sometimes it's a 4x4, sometimes it's a 6x2. Depends on your specialty and your skill and what we're going to put into you on the training end of it. Some great skills to be trained in the National Guard.
We were talking about the fact that deployment is very much something that you have to get used to now in the Army National Guard. Tell us, there's going to be an upcoming deployment.
Correct. We've got our notification of sourcing just in August of this year. The 41st Infantry Division, Infantry Brigade, and the division was the World War II guys that fought for us. A lot of great veterans out there in that group still. But the brigade that we've got in Oregon right now has been notified they're deploying to Afghanistan in 2014 to do a security and other mission sets as assigned. About 1,800 soldiers, and that'll come from a lot of units: Klamath Falls, Medford, Grants Pass, Roseburg, Coos Bay. This unit's down in this area. Going to be a very important part of that, and we need to make sure our units are full up and ready to roll for that.
All right, a few more questions for you, Colonel, in just a second, so stick around. More 5 on 5 right after the break. Welcome back to the 5 on 5. The guest is Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Dow, here from the Oregon Army National Guard. We've been talking about recruitment and bringing younger students, both men and women now these days, into the Oregon Army National Guard. Tell us, what are some of the things that they'll learn and some of the skills that they will receive? You
know, right now in the Army National Guard, we've got really the spectrum of jobs that you can have are unlimited. We have cooks, and we have doctors, and we have nurses, and we have public affairs. We have infantrymen. It really is a wide range of things that you can do and be sent away to school for. What they all come with a very good benefits package, a retirement at 20 years of service in the military, and they come with school benefits. That still is a very vital and important part of being in the military.
And I mentioned women. Have you seen an increase over the years of both, in women serving in the Oregon Army National Guard?
Absolutely. In fact, in our unit, as we went to Afghanistan, about 20% of my force was female. And they served in medic spots, they served in operational spots, they served in truck drivers. We were an engineer unit, and my female soldiers were on the front lines with the rest of them, delivering supplies and services out to the units as we're doing construction across southern Afghanistan.
If someone fits the age range right now, what some website or where can they go to learn more about?
You know, the website is our best place. OregonArmyGuard.com is the best site. But in this local area, Staff Sergeant Gregory Weston is also a great point of contact, and his number is 541-941-4928. And that's his cell number. Love to hear from you, and we have some great opportunities we'd like to talk to
Again, give that the age range that you're looking at.
Really, 17 to 35, and I know you say 17. We can actually take high school juniors, and between their junior and senior year, they can go away and get half of their military training done before they even hit their senior year. So they go into the senior year with some money in the pocket, some great military experience and job experience, and they're also getting a paycheck through that year.
Well, Lieutenant Colonel, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
Joe, thank you.
All right, that's it for the 5 on 5. More news right after the break.